3B Video, this is Roger.
Are you the idiot who let my 9-year-old son rent the Basket Case trilogy?
Are you sure that he wasn't 18? He looked 18.
No, he's not 18. He's 9.
He's very tall, ma'am.
He is a child. He is 4 foot nothing.
Well, you know, I have a couple other employees that sometimes run the front desk because sometimes I'm out picking up orders or whatever, and I do have an employee who is, shall I say, not the best with customers. He may have accidentally rented your son the movie. I'm not sure. I can't confirm that, but
Well, maybe that guy should just stay in the back.
trust me when I say that I would not have rented the Basket Case trilogy to a 9-year-old. I'm not an idiot.
Anyway, my husband wants to watch Shawshank Redemption. Do you have that?
Actually, someone just came in and rented Shawshank Redemption, so I don't have that one in stock at the moment.
Figured you don't have it.
I do have a couple of movies that take place in or around a prison that I think your husband might like. I do have this one movie that's about a prison chain gang. It stars Lou Diamond Phillips, and it's called Route 666. It's pretty exciting. I think it's right up your husband's alley. I think he'll love it.
Okay, yeah, that sounds decent. We'll take it.
All right, yeah, that sounds fine. I'll put it off to the side for him, and I'll see him when he gets here. All right, bye. Evil, you fucked up again. You want to come out here?
I'm busy, Roger. Doing inventory. Leave me alone.
We haven't got any new movies yet. Anyway. Hello, internet fans, and welcome to 3B Video. I'm your host, Rotten Roger DeMarco, and today we're going to be talking about William Wesley's 2001 film, Route 666. Okay, so here is your plot synopsis. A federal witness goes on the run because he changes his mind. He doesn't want to testify. So these FBI agents track him down, and they're gonna bring him in so that he can testify against this known mob boss. Only problem is they're on an abandoned, haunted stretch of highway named Route 666, where the ghosts / zombies of this murdered prison chain gang come back to life and kill everyone who sets foot on the road. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on under the hood. It's one of those early 2000 horror films that kind of came and went and got forgotten. Just sat on shelves at video stores. But before we get into my overall thoughts of the film, first, let's take a look at
Ryan Rogers! Splatterback.
we have 15 dead bodies, if you count the chain gang getting murdered. We have 0 titties. Not a lot of room for titties on the back roads of fucking Route 666. We have 1 Dick Miller sighting. We have 1 chain gang murder. We have 1 desert cemetery. We have 1 concrete covered corpse crew. We have flashback exposition. We have evil local law. We have 1 concrete zombie brawl. And we have ghost redemption. The methods of death include but are not limited to gunshot, my favorite, plain and simple, baby. Road worked, stabbed, sledgehammered, jackhammered, shotgunned, ghost steamroller. Yeah, that's a thing, ghost steamroller. You heard it here first, folks. Okay, so now on to my overall thoughts of Route 666. Again, like I said, this is one of those movies that just came and went in the early 2000s. Had a decent cast, but it was a direct-to-video horror film. You have Lou Diamond Phillips as Jack De La Roca. You have Lori Petty as Jack's partner, Steph. My personal favorite, you have Stephen Williams Creighton motherfucking Duke himself as Rabbit, otherwise known as Fred, the on-the-run federal witness. And honorable mention goes to Dale Midkiff from Pet Sematary as the douchey FBI agent PT. This is one of those movies that has zero right to be a good movie. It's just a movie that exists, that people passed over, and I'm sure a handful of people saw, but it never really picked up any traction. I've seen articles in Fango about it, but that was about it. This is slightly better than average for a direct-to-video horror film. It's got a lot of things going for it. One, again, is the cast. They play very well off of each other. They're very funny. Some of the dialogue seems very real and rich, especially Creighton Duke, Stephen Williams. This guy should get starring roles more often because he takes this movie and steals it away from Lou Diamond Phillips, who is a much bigger name. I don't know whether it's just me from growing up with Jason Goes to Hell, but I absolutely love that actor. And I think that he is more than capable of being a lead actor in films. It's a shame that he didn't get more lead roles. Another thing that this movie has going for it is actually a very cool monster design. These chain gang prisoners. The murder was covered up by the prison guards and all of that stuff. They have this very unique look about them. They're covered in concrete because they were buried in the road. So they're covered in concrete, they have their prison uniforms on, and they all have their different tools, their respective tools that they were using while working on the road. So you get some pretty creative kills, you get some fun things happening. The ghosts, zombies, ghouls, whatever you want to call them, have their own very specific set of rules where they're only allowed to kill people on the road or on concrete. So if you step off the road and you're in the desert, they can't get you. So their spirits are tied to this road, obviously, because they were buried in this road. I just have a really good time with this movie. There are very few things about this movie that bother me. One of which is this thing, I've spoke about it before on the channel. I really hate this thing that some editors do. It can't be a director choice. I'm not sure where this comes from. But when an action sequence takes place, they slow the frame rate down so everything's really kind of choppy. And this movie does that a lot, where they kind of slow this frame rate down. I don't know whether it's because the choreography wasn't that good, so they want it to seem like a bunch of still pictures during action sequences or something. There's something about it that bothers me. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you like or you dislike as well. Another thing that's really cool about this movie is it's always a pleasure to see Dick Miller in a movie. No matter how small of a role that he has, he is one of the best character actors of all time. So when a movie that is a direct-to-video horror movie gets Dick Miller to play a civil servant in the film, it just lends a small amount of credibility to that film for me. I did say that Stephen Williams sort of steals the show from Lou Diamond Phillips, but make no mistake, Lou Diamond Phillips was, and always will be a fucking badass. And in this movie, he is no different. He is this tough as nails, super cool, badass FBI agent, Jack De La Roca, who has some great lines of dialogue. Obviously, the scenes where him and Stephen Williams are playing off of each other, they're fantastic. This witty banter between the two of them. You know, we do get the cannon fodder FBI agents that are the tag-along FBI agents who get to pump up the numbers just a little bit, which is fine. It's fine for this type of movie because you need a higher body count and you're not gonna kill off leads. That's just not what these movies do. So you have to have these no-names, essentially, pick up the body count. Some of the FBI agents behave in a rather odd manner. But there's a man and a woman who go back to the FBI SUV or whatever to fool around. Like, it seems very shoehorned in, but at the same time, you know, you have to get these cannon fodder characters away from the regular characters so they can get killed. It's things like that that stop this movie from being a bona fide classic and just make it a fun B movie, where you have characters making completely irrational, ridiculous decisions.
Let's go have sex in the van.
When our witness is being tailed by mafia hitmen and there are fucking concrete zombies killing everybody. Makes not a lot of sense, but you just go with it. There is a scene in the movie where they take refuge in an old abandoned drive-in, and I really like that entire sequence. There's something about that run down drive-in in the middle of the desert and no cars coming by. I dig the atmosphere of this film. Even though it's lacking in some parts, the times that it does get the atmosphere right, it nails it. And this is not an Oscar-winning film by any means. You know, this is the type of movie you come to the video store, you take home, and you have some popcorn and a soda with it, and you just laugh and have a good time. I mean, what more can you ask for from a direct-to-video Lou Diamond Phillips zombie movie titled Route 666? In my opinion, this movie is 100% popcorn as fuck, because there's enough violence, there's enough comedy, there's a decent cast, there's all of these cool methods of death, all of these things that will keep you entertained, which makes this a popcorn movie. It doesn't make it a movie that blows your mind, but it makes it a movie that when it gets over, you don't go, Jesus, I wasted an hour and a half. You shut it off and you go, that was pretty fun. And then you start kind of going, but those people made really weird decisions or whatever. You theorize about it, you laugh about it, you have a good time. And that's really all you can ask for with a movie like this. So if I have swayed you to check out Route 666, click the link in the description and get a copy for you today. But I suppose I should probably get going, because after all, there's a lot of movies out there. Somebody's got to watch them. So why not me? Right? Skill time until the next customer. Watchers, that's a good one. I like that one. Hey, Evil. You done back there? You want to come up here for a minute? I think we should probably talk about this fucking mistake you made. It's so hard